What kind of brain-burning movie can a home video camera make? And it still manages to stand out among time loop films. I think this film might just be the perfect example. It completely breaks away from the usual time loop formula. Instead, it adds a much more complex nested structure, and everyone caught in the loop experiences it differently. Imagine being trapped in a confined area. No matter how you search, you always return to where you started. The space-time here resets itself every few hours. If you don't end yourself within the time limit, then you may disappear forever. And that's not even the worst part. Some loops only last a few seconds. You'll repeat those few seconds endlessly. Your body and mind will suffer eternal torment. And it all began with one mysterious package. The package was sent anonymously. The recipient was the film's protagonist, Aaron. When Aaron opened it, he found a VHS tape inside, and what was on that tape shocked him even more. A woman named Anna was describing a ritual. This ritual was supposed to help their souls ascend. Not only that, Anna also showed some bizarre symbols. Aaron's brother recognized the cult immediately. That very cult had controlled them for 10 years. Their so-called soul ascension was just a mass suicide. If he hadn't taken Aaron and escaped back then, they probably would have been killed too. But Aaron wasn't convinced. He had known Anna since childhood. If it really had been a mass suicide 10 years ago, then Anna shouldn't even be alive. After saying that, Aaron went further. He voiced his frustration with his brother. Ever since they fled the cult 10 years ago, the two brothers had to make a living as janitors. Every day, they ate instant noodles without any seasoning packets. Such a life seemed worse than returning to the cult. Under Aaron's persistent pleading, his brother Justin finally agreed to the request, but only on the condition that Aaron stays just one day and one night. The purpose was to make him give up once and for all. Aaron looked up at the sky, as if filled with hope toward that mysterious group. Here, the film plants an important clue. Pay attention to the clouds in the sky. They form a strange, circular pattern. As the two got closer to the cult, they encountered more and more bizarre events. First, by the roadside, they found a memorial stone for their mother. It was a picture frame they had made together as kids. But the strange thing was, even after all these years, the frame and the picture inside still looked brand new. What on earth was going on? Just then, Justin suddenly saw an even more surreal scene. Up in the sky above the road, a large flock of crows was circling. They flew in a perfect circular pattern. When Justin turned to look at the other side, he was shocked to find the scenery on both ends of the road was identical. This made him feel dizzy and disoriented, even thinking he might be hallucinating. Sensing something was wrong, Justin quickly led Aaron onward. Not long after, they arrived at the cult's camp. This place was named Arcadia. Upon entering the camp, Justin noticed that the former members looked exactly the same. Even their appearances hadn't changed a bit. Aaron thought they looked young because of healthy eating habits and a carefree lifestyle. That's how they maintained their appearance. Then the leader, Hal, welcomed the two brothers and introduced them to each member of the group. Over the years, they've made a living by brewing and selling alcohol. Everyone in the camp lived in an orderly fashion. Each person had their own job. You could say they were living quite happily. Although Justin still felt something was off, he couldn't find any solid evidence yet. That night, the camp held a bonfire party. One of the members performed a magic trick for him. The man threw a baseball into the sky. But strangely, the ball didn't fall back down. It was as if something in the sky had caught it. Just as Justin found it unbelievable, the magician asked him to hold out his hand. Sure enough, a few seconds later, the baseball landed in his palm. Was this really just a simple magic trick? Justin suddenly felt a chill down his spine, but the real show was yet to come. The leader organized a tug-of-war game, but this tug-of-war was unlike any other. On the other side of the rope was pure darkness, and in that darkness, there seemed to be a real creature. Justin, not buying it, stepped forward to challenge it. But he didn't expect the force to be so powerful. The monster in the dark yanked him several meters away. The rope even cut his palm. After the party ended, he rushed to find Aaron. Everything here felt way too bizarre. He wanted to leave with Aaron the next day, but Aaron still refused to believe him. He thought it was all just a prank by the camp residents and told Justin to stop being so paranoid. Justin reluctantly gave in for the moment. And so, morning came the next day. The two brothers took their hunting rifle and went into the woods to practice shooting. Just then, Justin noticed something unusual. He saw that the bullets he fired were mysteriously bouncing back. It was as if they hit something solid. Right after that, Justin encountered a strange man. The man seemed to be in a hurry. Justin tried to greet him, but the man didn't seem to hear him. When Justin caught up with him, the man suddenly vanished into thin air. Justin kept running, lost in thought. Suddenly, a noise came from a nearby cabin. Startled, he jumped in fright again. In the distance, a solar eclipse briefly occurred. Justin had never seen such an eerie phenomenon before. But the strangest part was yet to come. A few photos suddenly appeared at his feet. Justin randomly picked one up and quickly left. But as he walked away, the scene around him completely changed. The container from earlier had turned into a white tent, and there were strange stone pillars surrounding it. As the camera zoomed in, a clock appeared on the tent. Its second hand reset every 5 seconds. Inside the tent, a person kept repeating the same motion. That night, Justin told Hal everything he had encountered. He even showed Hal the photo he had picked up earlier and asked him if monsters truly existed. But Hal said the answer was something Justin had to find himself. Perhaps the truth was hidden within that photo. After speaking, Hal gazed into the night sky. Justin was completely stunned. To his shock, there were actually 2 moons in the night sky. Hal explained that it was a mirror effect, similar to how auroras appear at the poles. When 3 moons appear in the sky, the camp will then hold the ascension ritual. Justin thought these people had lost their minds. He needed to find his brother and get out of there. However, Aaron was also admiring the full moons, but the scene he saw was different from his brother's. Between the moons, there appeared to be a kind of barrier. It looked more like 2 separated zones, and the scenery in each zone mirrored the other. Anna, who was nearby, told Aaron that no one at the camp could explain this phenomenon. They only knew the stone pillars divided space. To avoid people getting lost in the camp, they left circular markers nearby. At this point, Aaron asked Anna why she had mailed the videotape to him, but Anna had no idea about it. This greatly surprised Aaron. Could it be that some kind of monster really existed here? The next day, Justin took his brother to the place shown in the photo. He wanted to uncover the truth before they left, so he plunged into the lake to search. His brother was confused by his actions. Not long after, Justin surfaced in panic, holding a box in his hand. He urged his brother to quickly row away from the lake. A huge dark shadow appeared in the water. It resembled the pattern on the clock earlier. This hinted that it was related to time. After fleeing the lake, the two discovered a videotape inside the box. Justin immediately declared they had to escape this place, but Aaron insisted on going back to watch the tape. When everyone played the tape, they realized there was no so-called truth in the video. Instead, it was Justin spreading false rumors. He had described the camp as a cult and spread that idea. Hal and the others were furious after watching it. He decided to kick Justin out of the camp. Aaron also sided with Hal. He thought the camp might be a little strange, but it was definitely not a cult, and no one had forced them to join the ritual. Justin believed his brother had been completely brainwashed, so he decided to escape on his own immediately. But the damn car suddenly wouldn't start. Justin had no choice but to leave on foot. At the time, he didn't know the stone pillars divided space. The surrounding scenes kept changing. This made it impossible for him to find an exit. Fortunately, there was a cabin nearby, but when he opened the door, he discovered the owner had already hanged himself. "Why are you in my house?" "You're cute." Now the story truly enters the unraveling phase. It turns out the land is divided by some unknown force. Each area traps different individuals, and each person has a time limit. The area they're in resets every 3 hours. If they don't choose to end themselves before the loop resets, then the monster will do it for them. And its methods are extremely brutal. The camp area is slightly larger than this one, with a loop that resets every 10 years. He warned Justin that when the loop restarts, if he's still lingering on the edge of space-time, he'll be trapped there forever. Hearing this, Justin thought of his brother. He had to hurry back to the camp and drag Aaron out, but he had no idea how to return to the camp. So the man suggested if Justin helped him find a gun, he would help Justin find his brother. Justin gladly accepted the task. The man drew him a map showing the gun's location. Following the directions, he quickly arrived at a house. This house was also caught in a time loop. Its loop reset every 12 hours. The bearded man trapped there had tried every way to escape, but all efforts ended in failure. There was another man trapped with him. Neither knew how many loops they had endured. Before Justin left with the gun, the two men set the cabin on fire again. That was how they ended their lives before each reset. Justin witnessed the reset with his own eyes. The house, once burned down, instantly returned to normal. Meanwhile, Aaron encountered something strange too. He accidentally stepped out of the camp's loop zone and happened to see a tent that reset every 5 seconds. Inside, the old man crashed to his death every 5 seconds. At that moment, Aaron realized something was terribly wrong. Terrified, he fled in a panic. Coincidentally, Aaron found his brother. Justin didn't blame him. The brothers cleared up their earlier misunderstandings. They were still unaware of the full situation below. The area was filled with time loop zones. Justin didn't try to flee right away. He remembered the promise he made about the gun. So the two returned to the previous cabin. As promised, the man gave him the camp's map. Even though Justin no longer needed it, the man's reason for wanting the gun was simple. He was sick of hanging himself every day. Maybe using a gun would be quicker. Just as Justin was about to leave with Aaron, Aaron suddenly changed his mind again. Aaron still wanted to stay in this place. After all, the camp's loop cycle lasted for a full 10 years. Even though they die once every 10 years, it was still better than eating instant noodles with his brother. Justin was speechless after hearing that. But in the end, he decided to support his brother. Justin brought Aaron back to the camp. But by that time, the soul ascension ritual had already ended. In one of the rooms, they found a stack of videotapes. Suddenly, a television in the room began playing on its own. And what they saw on screen shocked them both. The footage was all from the monster's point of view. In other words, the creature had been watching them all along. From the tug-of-war match to the magician throwing the baseball into the sky, it was that invisible monster playing with them all along. By now, there were 3 moons in the sky. The camp's 10-year cycle had come to an end. If they didn't take their own lives before that moment, the monster would personally do it for them. Justin couldn't bear to leave his brother alone. He decided to stay with Aaron, but just as he said that, a massive tornado appeared in the distance. Everything in the camp was about to be torn apart. The brothers instinctively started running, but the car still wouldn't start, so they tried pushing it to spark the engine. You're my family, and family should accept each other. Honestly, everything I did was just to mess with you. I just wanted to make our lives a little harder. And just like that, at the moment of life and death, the broken car suddenly roared to life. Aaron slammed the gas pedal and escaped the camp. But to their surprise, beyond that time loop was yet another loop. A mirror world appeared right ahead of them. The brothers thought a collision was inevitable, but after a moment of darkness, they somehow broke out of the camp. Inside the camp, meanwhile, the world had reset. Hal, Anna, and the others came back to life. Their faces bore eerie expressions, as if they knew some deep secret. Meanwhile, the brothers were celebrating their escape. They had finally broken free from the monster's grasp. But just then, a flock of crows appeared in front of the car. Justin heard the fuel alarm go off. He told Aaron the gas tank was empty, but Aaron just laughed, saying it had already been empty when they left. Besides, how could a car run without fuel? Turns out they had never really escaped the loop. They had been in it from the very beginning. Do you remember the foreshadowing at the start of the film? Aaron looked up and saw a circular cloud pattern. It resembled the shape of the crow swarm, almost identically. And did you notice that the two brothers could freely walk between different loops? According to the film's logic, each person is confined to their own loop. They shouldn't be able to exit their region. So perhaps their loop is larger than the others, so large that it covers all the smaller loops like a dome. That's why they could move between zones, while others were trapped in their own micro-loops. This film is fascinating and truly mind-bending. There are even more hidden details to discover. I highly recommend all of you to watch the original film. As great as summaries are, they can't cover everything. Only the original movie can deliver that feeling. I'm not sure if the movie has ended yet, but if you enjoyed it, please give me a like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.